Hello, everybody. It's George from Ireland. Thank you for returning to my channel. Anyway, I'm commenting on the possible expansion of London Heathrow Airport because it was leaked in the media today that there are these confidential government documents examining the possibility of finally green lighting a third runway at Heathrow. This has been debated for 30 years. How on earth is the United Kingdom so slow at reaching these decisions? It's not even a glacial pace. It's infuriating. It would have been built, it would have been operational a long, long time ago, or you're definitely not going to do it. So the Blair government thinking about doing it, then the Conservative policy in 2008, definitely not going to do it when Boris Johnson was elected mayor of London. Of course, actually, London Heathrow is outside of London, just. So I'm not sure how much input the mayor would have in it. So Conservatives came into office 2010 against, and then the policy changed again. I think when Theresa May was a prime minister, that it was going to be built, and Boris Johnson said he would lie down in front of a digger to prevent it being built. He arranged to be out of the country on that day, so he wasn't there to vote against it. If he had, he would have been sacked from the cabinet, and so on. All right, it might have been happenstance that he happened to be overseas. The Foreign and Commonwealth Secretary travels a lot. Um, so then we come back, and now it looks like it might be built. The Labour people are very into the environment, say, oh, it's bad for the ecology. There is an environmental case for this third runway. It may seem counterintuitive because a lot of stacking, planes coming in looking for the landing slot, it's not there. They have to go around and around using up fuel, flying for up to half an hour before they can have a slot to actually land. And there'd be less of that. You'd be more efficient in that sense. Um, so London Heathrow's only got 2 runways, and that is shocking for a major global airport. It does astonishingly well considering. Chicago O'Hare has got 5, is that right? That main one in Atlanta, is it called Hartington? Charles de Gaulle got 5, Amsterdam Schiphol got 5. Many airports are considered less important than London Heathrow got 4 or 3. So now, does Gatwick only have 1? London City Airport's definitely got 1. London Luton's only got 1. Like London City Airport, you can't turn around. You have to go to the end and then turn around. My goodness. So the capacity is really, really lacking. An easy way to increase the capacity at London Heathrow is 24-hour flights, because they're only having takeoff and landings from 6:30 in the morning to 10:30 at night. The idea is to give local people 8 hours to sleep. Now, you could say, if you want to be somewhere quiet, move. You're near an airport, that's it, move. Because there's been an Air Force base, even the Second World War, a civilian airport from 1946. There are advantages of living so close to it, as you can fly in and out and get home faster, or their jobs because of it at the airport, or various businesses set up around the airport. A lot of companies like to have their offices close to Heathrow because they've got people flying into and out of the country all the time. But if they were to build a third runway, they would have to demolish a certain village. I forget what it's called, build over some environmentally sensitive land. My brainwave is there are all these reservoirs in that area, like around Staines, King George V Reservoir, and so forth, just sort of west or southwest of London, is to build it above some of them. The runway, the terminal building. If a plane does crash, it crashes into water to douse the flames, and so on. The trouble is then the airport that would be higher up, visible from further away, spoiling people's view. The planes would be more visible. The sound would reverberate off the water, making it even noisier. People complain about the noise disturbance. You can soundproof your houses, but the whole house can shake if you're too close. You could move out, obviously. But they did suggest that if they build this third runway, they'll pay some compensation to everybody who lives in the area. Some will say that the disenjoyment it will cause us is not worth the money. Okay, that's it. Um, but I think it shouldn't be Heathrow, because that main corridor to the west of London is too busy. There's too much road traffic. There's not the road capacity. There's not really space to put in more lanes, more roads, or rail capacity. And another shocking thing, even don't expand Heathrow, is why is it not connected to the main line rail? And you can get the train straight from there, from Paddington, but you ought to get the train straight from Heathrow to Cardiff and loads of places. It's only about 5 miles from the main line, and you can get a bus from Reading to Heathrow, but you can't get a train. You can get a train from Reading to Gatwick Airport, well, not to Heathrow Airport, which is much closer. And there was talk of a railway line connecting the two, which is a great idea. Which is a great idea. But even if it went via Clapham Junction or something like that, um, So yeah, it's really not good enough, the connectivity. But if I was to really build up a London airport, it would be Luton, because Luton is just in Bedfordshire, because it's how far from central London? It's 30 miles, not too far, I hope. Whereas, Stansted's about 45 miles. But most of the United Kingdom is north and west of London. Luton is north and west of London, an airport to serve the whole United Kingdom and not just London. And Heathrow is just west of London. It's not far enough west enough. It's not far enough north enough. Gatwick is the wrong side of London. It's to the south. Further south than that is the sea. And so that's just not very accessible to the rest of the United Kingdom, because Luton is that bit closer to the West Midlands or whatever, to Scotland. I mean, I know you're unlikely to come all the way from Scotland simply to use um, uh, um, London Luton Airport. So, and because Luton's not for a high population density, it'd be easy to build more road and rail capacity. One thing about Luton is Luton Airport Parkway. You have to get off the train and get onto that special little free shuttle train to the actual terminal. Well, why not have the mainline train go to the terminal itself and not have to get off the train like that and get on something else? It used to be a bus up the hill. It wouldn't cost that much, and in the end, it would improve things so much. There's loads of space to build new terminal buildings, to build two more runways, and so on, and far less disruption to traffic on road and rail around there. So that's one favour of Luton. Stansted is just too far out. Moreover, it's further to the east, so it just wouldn't serve the rest of the United Kingdom that well. At the moment, I mean, Luton really serves just European destinations, like as far away as Turkey. That's about it. I mean, maybe Turkey's arguably not European, but like certainly Greece. It might be some North African destinations. I don't know, the runway is long enough. So Labour won't confirm or deny that this is true. Anyway, Rachel Reeves, supposedly the Treasury is behind it. Would it boost the economy? Obviously, environmentalists say no, 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 no flying. Well, there are other ways you could boost the number of passengers going from Heathrow. As you can say, you can only take off with a plane. It's got 300 seats or more. Okay, because sometimes there's small planes, only 100 seats, flying to Newquay, but they might say it's not financially viable to fly to Newquay. That's Cornwall. With a plane with about 300 seats, will never fill them. Or the other one is say, and you'll be charged for every empty seat to incentivize airlines to only fly planes they know they can fill, like KLM flying to Amsterdam Schiphol 5 times a day, but they might be half empty. If they flew only 3 times a day, they'd be almost full every single time. Um, and there's a lot of code share, and that could be expanded even more. Yeah, there are lots of things could be done. 24-hour takeoff and landing. Almost all airports do that, and that would also spread the traffic and things like this. So anyway, there's going to be a decision made on whether Gatwick Airport will be expanded or not, made by the 27th of February, because Gatwick, it had 47 million passengers, most in 2019. They want to go up to 27 million passengers. They got their North Terminal and their South Terminal. So the 3rd of April, we're going to hear what's going to happen to London Luton Airport. All right, thank you for watching. Goodbye.